Hello everyone on the World Wide Web, Brian here. Thank goodness it's Fix It Friday because we're gonna fix some things. Ballet things. Don't ask me to fix your garbage disposal. Don't ask me to fix your bike. I'm ballet specific. We're gonna fix ballet. Today, we're gonna discuss Rond de Jambe, a terre, enlaire, and grand Rond de Jambe. So we got a lot to discuss. Let's get going. Round of the leg, or more specifically, circle of the leg, circular movement of the leg. I'm like one of those Price is Right models. Let's get those hips warm. When I teach Rond de Jambe to the kids, I always teach from first position. Why do you ask? What I see in Rond de Jambe, see if I could do it from fifth, right? Is crossing over and back and over, sort of making a lima bean sort of Rond de Jambe instead of a half a moon. Because what we want to do in Rond de Jambe is just bring the toes in line with the standing heel and make a half circle or half moon. So the right foot doesn't cross over to the left side of the body, and the left foot doesn't cross over to the right side of the body. They stay in their lane. Because also what this does is this sort of makes us sink down. See, my working hip is sinking down when I cross over. And then I have to work hard to pull up, and we don't want to work harder. We're already working hard. Life is hard as enough as it is. Ballet is hard as enough as it is. And as I always say, life is hard, but ballet is harder. So let's work smarter. All right. The next thing I see in Rond de Jambe is we're fine to the front and to the side, and then we go to the back, and then we sort of turn the leg in. Again, everything we do initiates from rotation. The head of the femur inside the hip socket rotates. We rotate the thigh forward, heel comes forward. We rotate more when we go to the Alice Agon, and then we rotate more. We open the hip and rotate more to the back. And again, that leg is long and rotate to the back, so the hip is open. So we Rond de Jambe, front and the side and the back, and it's nice and smooth, right? En dehors, away from the standing leg. En dedans, in towards the standing leg. En dehors, out the door. En dedans, in the salon. Another thing I see in Rond de Jambe is this, sort of taking shortcuts here. We don't want that. So we start off fine front side, and then we sort of take a shortcut here and don't go all the way back. Again, my knee is relaxed here. It's not fully stretched. We want to keep that leg fully stretched as we go to the back. You're not fully dressed without a smile, and you're not fully stretched without a stretch. And the same thing with en dedans. We don't want to take shortcuts here. Coming to the front, all the way to the front. Back side, all the way front and in. Another thing I see when we do en dedans is turning in here, right? We want to lead with the toes to the back, lead with the toes to the back. Back side, front, toes lead. En dehors is the opposite. Front side, back, the heel comes forward. Oh, one more thing I see is this. Sort of collapsing the side of the foot down. See, my pinky toe's not on the floor, which means I'm not rotating. Pull up, the foot goes flat on the floor through the first. Yes? Let's talk a little bit about coordination. Yeah? So, when we do Rond de Jambe, we want to pass through first position through the count. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Also, let's talk about coordination of the arm. Say we're going to do port de bras. We pass through first, and the arm changes position on the count. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Let's talk a little bit about when we bring the leg in the air, when we do Rond de Jambe. Again, that dreaded going back on that heel. We don't want that. And then going forward. We already want to be forward when we're to devant. Devant, avant, derrière. I'm on those toes. I'm forward on the toes. Again, even in enlaire, what happens, that same thing. We turn the leg in. When we go to the back, we want to open the hip and Keep that leg rotating. Also what I see on layer is this little bump in the road. That speed bump, that annoying speed bump that's in the roads. We don't want that. We don't want that speed bump. Again, we open the hip and we keep the hip square. The hips are square, the shoulders are square. Why? Because it's hip to be square. Ballet square. We're just going to keep those hips square for now. Open that hip up, keep the leg long, keep the leg rotated, staying forward over the toes, long spine, and a big old smile on your face. Okay, in Rond de Jambe, which we want the leg to be at least 90 or above, and with the port de bras, this is my 90. I'm like Sylvie Guillaume in my head. Let's just pretend my leg is 90. What we want to do is we have two options. We either keep the leg on the same plane from the devant, à la seconde, and derrière, or we make a progression. We start lower to the front, higher to the side, like say 90, and then even higher above 90 to the back. Or reverse it, starting lower to the back, going higher to the side, and then going even higher to the front. See how high my leg is? It's like way up here. It's hard for me to get my leg up now that I'm 21. But what we do not want to see is that dip in the leg, which goes from à la seconde, and then sometimes it goes down and then back up into arabesque. When we want to avoid that dip-diddy-doo, dip-diddy-doo-dah. And again, we want to open that hip from the side to the back and not dip the leg and not bump the hip. We don't want that. We don't want those. Let's construct a Rond de Jambe exercise, shall we? We'll start through fifth since we're all adults here. That's totally fine, but we're not going to overcross it, yeah? All right, so we're going to go. Heel goes into the floor. We rotate, the standing leg rotates and plies, and the working leg stays straight. We bring the heel into the floor through the fourth position, and we go at the last minute, push the toes to tendu. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go allongé derrière. Shoulders stay square, but the arm and the hand go back behind. We look out, our leg is behind with the toes in line with the standing heel. And then we're going to chasse through the first, to en avant, to tendu derrière. Again, everything stays square, shoulder square, hip square. It's hip to be square. Arm, let's talk a little about the arm, right? When we do arabesque and the arm is allongé, I like the arm, the fingers to be above the shoulder. So the focus goes up and not straight like this, because that's kind of boring. We don't want to be boring in ballet. No, we're not boring. We're going to be up like this, focus up, and oh, that's so much more exciting. Look at that. Then we're going to tendu through the fourth, rotated, arches lifted. We open the arm, and the leg goes to the back. We're going to do 4 Rond de Jambes, coordinated with the arm and the leg together with the port de bras. Arm comes down as we go first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do 2 count Rond de Jambe en l'air, low, just ankle height, dégagé height, around 2 counts. Open that leg, open that hip up. 2 Rond de Jambes again en dehors. 1 and 2. And then we're going to do bama arrondi. It goes attitude devant, arm fifth, and we're going to toss the leg to the à la seconde into a tendu derrière. Right? So again, same thing we talked about earlier. We don't want to overcross, and I see a lot of people do this. We don't overcross this. What happens to my hip? My hip sinks, and this is, I'm pulling off my leg. We stay pulled up, and it goes attitude, toss the leg. And we try not to, we don't want to pull off onto our heel. We want to stay over the toes. So we go attitude, toss the leg, and we open the hip up to tendu derrière. And then we do 1 more Rond de Jambe, and close, and then reverse. Yeah? Arm's going to come up and over. Heel goes down into the floor, down. The foot comes front. We're still reaching back, allongé. We're going to chasse back, en arrière, to tendu devant, arm fifth. Tendu again, to tendu derrière. Again, the arm is above the shoulder, and we open to the side. We're going to reverse the arm. Arm comes fifth first. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Then we do low, dégagé height, Rond de Jambe, staying forward on the toes. 2 more Rond de Jambes, 1 and 2. Pas mal rondi, toss up and lower. 1 more Rond de Jambe and close. Hey, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. If you like this video, please consider frapping that like button. Also, consider bottoming that subscribe button. Also, write a comment down below. Did you learn anything? Did you not learn anything? Did you have fun? Did you agree? Did you disagree? I don't know. Let's discuss it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.